Hello, my little munchkins, crones, and sunflowers. We are back. We just got finished talking about Porsha and the recap and what was going on in the streets on these streets. So
Yes.
now we're going to go in and do a reading on her. And why? Because this is what we do. We just do our commentary and we do intuitive readings and we
Yes.
tell you what we think is going to happen or what has happened or why it happened. And we give this is our way of commentary through the cards on pop culture. We do it through tarot reading. It's different and it's new. And we are also always surprised about what we come up with.
Yes.
So so right now, what I want to do, I want to read about what is the state of Porsha right now? Because clearly she is not as wealthy as if you're asking, yes, if you're asking for your husband allegedly to give you 50 or 55,000 to pay off lawyers, where's your money? Another thing, Porsha had a house because I think she let her mother stay in her house. But I guess after living high like that, I guess it's hard to go back. I wouldn't care. A house is beautiful. The house she had was beautiful. I would have never, I don't care if I spent $500,000 for a house. If it's my house and I love it, I'm fine with it. I think trying to live bigger than what you are is fake and it's phony.
Yes.
And I think that's what she's doing. But nevertheless, let's just go to the cards and let the cards have the final say because I don't have no say over the cards. Let's shuffle them for the camera.
Yes.
Even though they've been beat to death. But let's just do my 3 shuffles. That's 1, 2, and 3. Let me do my little push whoosh. 1,
Okay.
2, and 3. There we go. You ready?
Yes.
So this is who Porsha is. Like, this is the state of being according to the cards. She's like, I'm on fire. What do you have, baby girl?
Somebody who's emotional.
Oh, yes. Fiery, very creative.
Maybe on fire. Intuitive.
And intuitive. You say that's the moon. So that would definitely be intuitive. And what I have fiery, ready to go, doing whatever she has to do to get things cleared up. I see her, she's just moving. She wants to be on TV. She wants this. She wants to be there, but she got obstacles. And I see her with a burning flame of wood, with all this energy going gun-ho at what she wants. Nothing but passion and fire to get to the root of it. What do you have?
Yes.
Baby Crone car on the inside.
Yes, I was wondering because I thought she was a water sign, and she is. She's a Cancer, which the moon rules Cancer. So
yeah, she's really very emotional. Yeah. Oh, sorry, baby.
And not only is she emotional, but she's really, like I was saying about earlier, intuition. She's very in tune to herself and, like, I guess her environment that she keeps around her, and she kind of wants to keep the environment that she's created the way it is. So this change up is really.
What do you mean? I'm not clear on
because the moon represents like the things that you find security in.
No, I know that. But when you say she wants to keep the things,
yeah, like she's attained to like a certain like financial status.
Oh, okay.
And she likes to keep, and she would like to keep her financial status
or the appearance of.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you, baby. I didn't understand. Okay, so this would be a block for her. Her block would be the world. So to me, her block would be how the world perceive her, how the Bravo, how everyone sees her. Her block is she's so consumed with what people going to say, how people going to see me, what people going to think, how they going to receive it. If I don't get it, this is what I see according to the world. See me, look at me. It's so much going on right now. I gotta get it. I gotta show you that I can win this. I got all this fire. I got all this drive. And the world is, what kind of card is that?
An earth card.
So this is earthy. So this is all about the material realm for her. Mm-hmm. This is like energy, all this energy for this material realm and money. It comes off to me that Porsha is superficial. She's more concerned about getting the show, getting the money, but she wants people to believe something about her that is not real.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have?
I do like that. Now, I find it interesting because I must be dealing with her insights because here's her child. And
the inner child.
Okay, the inner child, because I was thinking it could represent her daughter Polaris and how she wants to, maybe she's doing all this for her child. Okay. I
think the story about the inner child is good because you have the moon and you are talking about her.
So she like trying to heal her inner child?
I think for me, no. I think the inner child spoiled. Okay. I want this life. Okay. I'm not going to let nothing stop me. You can't humiliate me. Okay. I want to prove to the world, yes, I slept with this woman husband. So what? We know. I think she's got a lot to prove. You know, I lived a good life.
She's not that child.
No, that is the inner. To me, you could say whatever you want, but you asked me. Yes, it's like dealing with the inner child. If I have to look at this reading and look at the moon, and the moon is about self-reflection on your inner parts, then that means there's a child that's out of control. That there's a child, there's a part of your inner being that's out of control, that's craving something beyond what you can give on your own. And it's causing friction between you and your alleged husband, Simon.
I like that.
Now, I like that, but you know, but you're doing good. Yeah. Don't be afraid to put it out there.
I'm not. It's just the child was a very puzzling card that popped out.
But remember, every card play off of itself. Mm-hmm. So even if it's a child, you got to relate it right back to what you said the person is. You was reading on Porsha, right? So if you're reading on Porsha, then the next card got to relate to Porsha.
Okay. Got you.
Got it? Whenever you're reading your cards, whatever the card is, if this is what I say, because you're the intuitive reader, right? Mm-hmm. If the card says, hey, I see her, this is definitely fire. This is definitely a lot of energy, a lot of creativity. This is about somebody got something to prove. This is somebody going gun ho with fire, a weapon because of a stick, whatever, or a club is a weapon, and this weapon is on fire, and it's headed straight up to the sky. And where does fire shoot? It shoots up. Yep. So I see this is, and the horse is red, and it's galloping, and on his horse and on him he has salamanders, which means that they are alleged to go into buildings, and even when a building is consumed, they can crawl out alive. And this is why they had that thing, as they could resist fires. You understand? Okay. So the next card for me was the world. How do I relate the world to that? The world is the people. Mm-hmm. And then baby Crone, she has the moon, the inner person, Cancer, very moody, very broody, very sensitive, that's why they carry a hard shell. But the next card is a child. How could that relate? The child in me. Right? Because we weren't talking about polarity.
Yes.
Now on the outer skirts.
Got you.
Right? Is that all right?
Yes, that is all right.
You sure you don't mind?
No, I do.
This is how we learn, right?
Yes, that is true.
All right. So now we're going to proceed with the reading. Now, some of you might say, oh, she is so vain. No, I study cards. Okay? And not only do I study them, you have to play them off of each other. And you never know what's going to come up. This is why it's intuitive, because you don't know how they're going to react. You know, you get two cards. You get the love and hate. You get cards that you're like, oh, that's where you got to trust your intuitiveness and let that resound. And she's here because baby Crone is still in what, baby Crone?
Training.
So she's doing great. But if she asks me, or if I think that she's way off, I'm going to be a Budinsky, because that's what teachers do, right? And you want me to, yes or no?
Please, I do.
She tells me. So anyway, she's a good reader, but she's learning to read these because remember, I'm reading tarot cards and she's reading the Letterman, and she's learning to interact the cards together. Me, I can interact anything because I've been doing it for a long time. Now, for the heart, this is the left side. For the heart, what is her heart? What is that thing that's got her going? Oh, I see a pentacle. What is that? Money. I see a loss. I see a loss. Why do you say it? In my card, I see a lily. And you know, in my opinion, and this is my way I read my cards, whenever I see lilies, it's like a bittersweet, like a death or bittersweet. And when I was coming up, the reason why I said it, I lived in a haunted house, and there would always, not always, there would come a smell like lilies, like a lily perfume or something. And it would come through the room. And my grandmother would yell and say, Miss Daisy, you don't live here anymore. You're dead. And that smell, and the cat would just run. And ever since then, this is why I relate that. And her name was Miss Mama Daisy. And I relate the lily to that. Does that make sense?
Yes,
however, on the same thing, it's a rose.
Yes.
And what that rose is, roses is red. It's about blood. It's about love. It's about passion. It's about all of that with a lily. So you got, there was a bittersweet. Yeah. Something that started out bitter. And what she didn't know, roses have thorns and they prick and they hurt. Yeah. And if you have something wrong with you, could get an infection. So to be pricked and lily, so you see a dying of something that was once beautiful, but too many pricks killed it. What do you have?
Yes, back to that status of Porsha being that classy woman, you know, wondering how the world is going to perceive her.
Yes, I love it.
Yes, that's pretty much it.
And isn't she holding a rose?
She sure is holding a rose. Yes, indeed.
And what does that tell me? She wants to come up. She wants to clean it up. She wants to clean this. She wants to put herself out there in a good way. Yes, like, I am classy. I do have money. I do, but my husband is blocking me. This is what the cards are saying. And I'm truly reading cards.
Yes, we are.
So next, this is what's clouding her. This is what's in her view. This is what's on her mind right now. I have the Two of Swords. What is that? The fight, the friction between her and Simon, who once loved. Didn't they have like 2 or 3 weddings? And they only lasted a good over a year. Yikes. This has got to be humiliating. And what I also see, I see her guarded with what? With thoughts and feelings. And remember, she is a Cancer. So she comes off hard, and she can be, but that's only because of the hard shell. But behind all of that, I see somebody that's just troubled and guarded. And also her moon is depleted. It's like she's trying to fill it again. It's like empty. It's like, you know, it's like it's on that crescent shape, but it's on that feeling of getting large, of being big. So I see right now she's in finances. It's not the much. She ain't broke, busted, and disgusted. No. But she ain't got that kind of money where she can live the life that she proposing that she can live. And I think this is what she needs Simon for. And Simon don't want to let her have it because he doesn't want to really let her go. That's how I see that. What do you have? And that's all to the head and playing off of that bittersweet.
I had the Rider, which symbolized somebody or Porsha waiting for a message. Maybe could be wanting to like hear from lawyers, hearing how her situation's going to go.
Because and that's what she's doing. Because from what we understand, Bravo is about ready to not use her because of the drama. And they can't get him. No, don't put it down. And they can't get involved in this. I wouldn't want you to get involved. This is this man's house. That's her house. They have to work it out. And what can the law do? The law can't say, well, she can film. Then if that's the case, then I can just go there and just wherever they film it. Hey, why put myself through that? This is a big network. Yes. They don't need Porsha.
No.
They wanted Porsha because they was banking on Porsha to bring the show, in my opinion, up to that level of standards, to see the poor little girl who does this. And obviously it ain't happening. Mm-hmm. And so how long are they going to wait?
Yeah, I don't think
they'll be totally out of line if they say that man can't, he can't stop that in his house. He's got things. He doesn't want people saying, and we know also that there have been people on Housewives that have shown their house. Kyle is one. And not only that, on Atlanta, how they showed their house. And Marlo, people break and steal. So he has a right to feel a way about that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I definitely see the rider coming in as to say, whoa, put a halt to this. Mm-hmm. So I can see that. Now, this is my working hand. This is the work side because I'm right-handed. For you all, I'm sorry, this is the right hand, the work hand. If you're left-handed, I'm not. So just go with this is the right hand of God. Let's just do it like that. And what I see, again, I see someone that is really stubborn. I see somebody who's guarding it. I see someone who said, I ain't going to let you have it. I'm going to be a block. I'm not going to let you have it. I see a strong man that has a lot of pull with this money and standing in the way and not letting it be. He got his head. He got her on her head. He got her on her right here where her chakras are, and he underneath her feet. In other words, it's like you can't breathe without me. This is what the cards are saying. So what's bothering her up here in her heart, this bittersweet breakup, and this shows clearly that she having money issues. Yeah. What do you have? I see it.
Yeah, clearly, because the fishes are right here, which represents having money in abundance.
Yes. And it isn't so. Yeah. Because if that was it, she wouldn't need to film at that house. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
But that's what Bravo want. They want this luxuriness back. They do. And I didn't think anything wrong with her other house. I really didn't. So, but obviously her mother is living there. I don't know what the case is going on. Now, this is what at the feet. Yes. This is what at the bottom. This is what she's standing on. This is her foundation. Oh. You got the sun and I got this. So this, the only way I could say this is she feels defeated. Okay. She feels defeated. She feels like all hope is lost. That's how she feels because this is at her base. This is what she's feeling like. I don't know how I could win it. But according to Baby Crone card, it says that everything gonna work out. That's true. What do you have? There's going to be a breakthrough. Mm-hmm. Maybe not with the show. Maybe it will be. But it's just because this is just the foundation. Mm-hmm. And it says that for me, everything looked hopeless. It looked lost. It looks like no hope. But there will be a breakthrough of some kind.
Right. And it could also maybe mean that she's trying to keep a sunny disposition throughout this
humiliating time. Yes. Now, you like that?
Yes, I do.
Now, according to this, now let's put Polara in it. How is the baby doing with all this? I think the baby is adjusting. I don't know. I'm going to throw out 3 cards. I see Polara. I see this. I'm going to read them in a minute. What I see, I think that here, I don't know because Polara belongs to Dennis. And I thought that Porsha and Dennis was kind of like getting back together. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Was for a short period.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But yet I see some kind of friction. Some kind of friction going on. And I also see that things are up in the air. And I just can't imagine that Porsha don't have no place to stay. I don't see that. I just see that things are just up in the air. And wherever mama is, baby is. Yeah. And I think that the baby is fine. But I think Porsha right now is just a shadow of herself right now. Because it's got to be horrendous going through. And mm-hmm. even though she's putting on, as Baby Crone said, a happy disposition, it could be miserable and just up in her head. But in the end, this also says her daughter is fine. It is fine. Her daughter is fine. In spite of all the drama going on around her, Polara is fine and loved and protected What do you have?
Yes. I went to go pull out one card, and then two cards literally came out.
You want to pull out a third or fourth?
Yeah, sure. When I pulled out the card, the first card I saw was the mask, but then hiding right behind the mask was the cloud. So I feel like just for that, let's see what the other mask is. I feel like one mask could be like, this being like a cloudy time at the moment. So therefore
I think that what I'm getting out of your reading is this. She wear a mask, Porsha.
Okay.
The reading is about Polaro because I asked that question, right? So here it is, Porsha is dealing with all these different phases that she's got to pull off, but it's really cloudy. It's like it's like a storm is either leaving or a storm is coming or she's in the midst of a storm. But because of the mask, I think she put on baby mask. And I think that she puts on that mask for her daughter to make sure her daughter is all right, to make sure her daughter is well. And I think she probably keep her daughter away from a lot of this drama. That's why I think you see the two masks. And then on the other hand, there's fighting and confusion. And also this daughter has been a part of this man's life. So we don't know how Polara is dealing with all of this. However, but my cards are showing that she is being taken care of. And according to those masks, she's wearing the mask of mommy to protect her daughter. You like that?
Yes, I do.
Do you still think you want to pick another card?
No, I do not, because I feel like that summed it up perfectly, because that related it to Porsha and how she feels about her daughter at the same time as well.
She loves her daughter.
Yes, and will do anything. I mean, that's also just true to a Cancer in my sense, because Cancers are very family oriented, can be family oriented, and really defend the things that they love and want to protect and care for.
That's true. That's true. Now, what is question you would like to ask?
Okay, my question is, how does Porsha feel about Simon right now?
They going through, it's a battle, it's a tumultuous time, and they fighting over money. It's a balance. They fighting over money. It's tumultuous. And I think that she needs inner strength. I think to deal with it, I think he needs inner strength. They dealing needed inner strength because this thing has gotten so ugly so fast, so soon. And I definitely think this is the death of a marriage. This is the death of a marriage. Just like really, because here's the death card. I see a death of a marriage, and I think that this battling, and even though it is good to have it on TV, I guess this is, it just seemed like it's going to be hard to play it out on TV. I think that it would be good TV for us.
Oh, yes, of course.
But it doesn't seem like it's going to be good TV for that couple.
No.
To watch their split. So yes. I just see that this is a very tumultuous time. Very tumultuous. And I think a lot of their fighting is over materialism.
Yes.
And I think she needs the strength, and Porsha wants the materialism of it, because I see that affinity sign, which means she's on that loop. And as long as she's on that loop, she's chasing that dollar.
Yes.
And she's chasing that world. This is what she's still on that infinity loop of what? Money. Right? And I see that there is going to be a loss in this for either her or Simon, but we will see. What do you have, baby?
Yes, I pulled out the temporary card of luck, so this could either symbolize how she used to see him in the past, so it was a good opportunity while it lasted, but it wasn't, like, I guess, profitable as she was wanting to.
Yeah, I like that.
And then lastly, the wells run deep, so maybe she found out some things she really didn't know about, and is kind of like, and that's why this temporary luck and good fortune that they had has to come to an end, as you said, in the sense, because those secrets just run too deep. And I don't think Porsha even wants to deal with that for her mental.
Yeah. And on the last read, I want to know, is she going to be on the Housewives?
Okay.
I see a new beginning. I see fire. It started out with fire, and here is fire again. I think if she is, it might be different. I see, no, and here it is. It's somebody that's coming after her tooth and nail. He doesn't want her. He doesn't want her to succeed. Not right. He angry. It's like, no. I mean, he didn't even fight. What's the first wife? Fallon. So this is really ugly. But he's coming at her like, no. I don't know if it's no to the house or no, I'm not going to make it easy for you to do this show. Because I definitely see this white horse that's coming with a sword and coming with anger and vengeance and loud and saying, no, you will not have your beginning here. No. But will he prevail or will she prevail? I got the high priestess, which is a 2, meaning she will retreat inside. And at this point, wisdom.
Okay.
She will need wisdom. And will she be willing to let away? But I think Bravo wants the grand. I don't know. But this is about something grand. And I don't think she could really pull it off. What do you have? But she might. But the high priestess is there. But the high priestess is only there for us to deal with our reality. To deal with whatever it really is. And for it to show up in the midst of a fight, it must be saying to her, make your peace with your truth.
Okay.
Make peace with the truth. You know the truth, make peace with it. Make peace with yourself. Make peace with your finances. Make peace with it. What do you have?
I had the bird cards come out, which represents a unity. But however, this unity is coming to the end in the public eye, which represents the garden. And could this mean that the demise of her marriage might be recorded on TV for us to watch publicly? Who knows? But whatever it is that her trying to get back on the public radar kind of like broke the relationship in that sense, or like was just the icing on the cake for them to like split.
I like that. And my last statement, my last card I want to read, do she regret marrying him?
I like that.
She's laid back in the first card. You have a letter like a seal, like let's say something, because that could be like her commercial contract. And I have like laying down, mentally exhausted, mentally retreating. But let's see the next card. Fertile.
Dice.
She took dice on it. So for me, it's like,
was that risky?
I don't think that it was a regret.
Okay.
What do you get?
Hey, maybe she has the attitude of you got to take that chance if you want.
Right. She took a chance at it. That's how I get it. It's like, yeah, it's whipping me, but I see no regret. It was lucrative and fun as when it lasts.
Yeah.
It was short-lived, but I see that it was fun when it lasts. And right now, it seems like this man can make things appear and disappear. He's the great magician. So therefore, he has an infinity sign on him too. So he's all about the money, and we already know his history. So what I see in this is, I just see he's going to block her. It's like playing chess. You can't get nowhere by me. I am your husband, even though we're divorcing. It ain't over till it's over. And that's what I get out of this. What do you get, baby Crone?
Yeah, I definitely can get that too, because it just seems like it just really seems like Porsha's in this emotional state at this point.
Very emotional.
And I don't think she's going to get her peace until this writer comes in with some information that is willing, that hopefully will make some ching in her pockets like she would like it to. Yeah. So she can keep holding that image of being that classy woman with elegance and money.
Yep. And I love it. And on that, I see here a new beginning. She's very emotional, but she wants the new beginning. And she's fiery. So you know how you sad because of the end of something. So this is very emotional, very draining, but she's fiery and she's fighting. So I don't think we're going to see crying Porsha.
Okay.
I think we're going to see a Porsha that's saying, I'm not going to be like I was with my first husband, but I'm fiery, and whatever I feel, I'm learning through counseling. I've learned through counseling. I can't always wear what I feel. And I think we're going to see her being more mature. But this whole fight that they're going through is a lot to do with materialism.